Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer, where we're going to completely flip the script on exactly how you manage your monthly expenses. If you're like most people, you probably look at your phone bill, your internet bill, or your insurance premium, and you just assume those numbers are set in stone, right? You pay them with a heavy sigh and treat them like these rigid, fixed costs that you just have to accept. But what if I told you that almost every single monthly bill you pay is actually highly negotiable? Today, we are cracking open an insider playbook based on tested strategies to show you exactly how to get your hard-earned money back.
So here's our quick roadmap for how we're systematically getting your money back today. First, we'll tackle the fixed bill myth. Second, we'll talk about preparing for the call. Third, I'll give you our exact scripts for success. Fourth, we'll look at a hands-off, automated approach. And finally, we'll calculate your massive financial payoff. $420. I really want to hook you immediately with this number, because this massive chunk of change is exactly what you can save in a single year from just one simple 20-minute phone call to your internet provider. Literally, that translates to lowering a bill by $35 every single month just by asking. And you know the craziest part? The vast majority of people never even try.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the fixed bill myth. We really need to shatter the illusion that these massive corporate bills for your phone, your internet, and your insurance are somehow unchangeable laws of the universe, because they absolutely aren't. To understand why this works, you kind of have to understand corporate psychology. See, these companies spend hundreds of dollars in marketing and onboarding just to acquire you as a single customer. Because of that sky-high acquisition cost, losing you to a competitor hurts their bottom line way more than simply granting you a small $20 a month discount. They would much rather take a tiny hit to their monthly revenue than lose you and your money entirely.
But here is the absolute crucial secret you've got to remember. When you call and ask for a discount, the first no you hear is quite literally just standard operating procedure. It's just a script. The customer retention department fully expects pushback. Your polite persistence is the ultimate key to bypassing that initial rejection and unlocking the unadvertised discounts that they are, in fact, fully authorized to give you. All right, moving on to Section 2, prepare for the call. Think of this as your pre-game homework phase. I know negotiation can sound super intimidating, but knowing your facts completely removes the fear from the process. Let's rapidly walk through these 5 crucial preparation steps so you have maximum leverage before you ever even pick up the phone. Number 1, know your current rate by checking your very latest bill. 2, research competitor prices so you know exactly what others are charging for the exact same service. 3, know your account history. Like, have you been a loyal customer for years? Do you always pay on time? That is massive leverage. 4, know exactly what you want, whether that's a specific dollar amount or a percentage drop. And 5, be ready to follow through. If you threaten to cancel, you got to be prepared to actually pull the trigger.
Section 3, scripts for success.
Now, let's slow down for a second, because these are your tactical blueprints. These are the exact words you need to say to pull off what honestly feels like a totally legal heist on your monthly expenses. Let's start with your internet bill, which is notoriously one of the absolute easiest to negotiate. When you call the standard customer service number, you want to bypass those frontline reps immediately. The very first thing you say is, "I would like to speak with someone in customer retention, please." This is vital. Retention is the only department with the actual authority to hand out unadvertised promotions and credits to keep your business.
Once you're actually speaking to retention, you mention your loyalty and a competitor's cheaper price. But what if they make a weak first offer? Well, here is your exact counter script. You say, "I appreciate that, but competitor is offering X dollars less per month. Can you match that or get closer to it?" Notice that confident tone? That is the sound of a prepared customer who absolutely knows their worth.
All right, let's pivot over to cell phone bills. When you use that exact same strategy, mentioning a competitor's cheaper plan and reminding them of your rock-solid history of on-time payments, you unlock a whole new set of perks. Common outcomes here include a loyalty discount of $10 to $25 a month, getting a totally free line added to your plan, scoring a free phone upgrade, or even suddenly getting extra data bolted onto your account at absolutely no charge.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer number of hidden discounts just hiding out in your auto insurance policy. The auto insurance industry is incredibly competitive. Once you gather a few quotes from comparison sites, call your current insurer and specifically ask for these unadvertised perks: the good driver discount, multi-policy or bundling discounts, low mileage discounts, loyalty rewards, or even a discount just for paying your premium in full. They aren't going to just automatically hand these to you. You have to ask.
And while we're talking about car insurance,
Did you know you can reduce your premium costs by a massive 15 to 20% simply by making one adjustment? Just try raising your deductible from $500 to $1,000. It's a tiny little tweak on their end, but it leaves significantly more money in your pocket every single month.
Okay, let's tackle a slightly more sensitive topic: medical bills. Yes, believe it or not, even these are negotiable. You should always start by asking for an itemized bill because standard billing errors are incredibly common. But the real secret here is asking for the self-pay or uninsured rate. That rate is often a staggering 30 to 50% less than the standard charge. Furthermore, if you can offer to pay the reduced amount in full immediately, hospital billing departments are often highly motivated to just accept the discount and clear the account off their books.
Section 4. The hands-off approach. Look, I know there are viewers out there who absolutely hate confrontation, dread sitting on hold listening to terrible elevator music, and just want an autopilot option for savings. Well, good news, there are third-party services that will do all the heavy lifting for you, but you definitely need to understand the trade-offs here. On one hand, you have BillShark, which negotiates cable, internet, phone, and insurance bills on your behalf, but they take a 40% cut of your first year's savings as their fee. On the other hand, you have Trim, which is an automated service that analyzes your bills, negotiates lower rates, and even completely cancels unwanted subscriptions automatically. So, it's really simply a choice between giving up a cut of your savings versus doing the 20 minutes of work yourself.
Section 5. Your financial payoff.
Let's bring this all together and look at the big picture for your personal finances. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we're talking about. A totally conservative $20 a month saved on your internet is $240 a year. $15 off your phone bill is another $180. $30 off car insurance saves you $360. And hey, that doesn't even factor in the hundreds you can save by lowering your credit card APR or those massive one-time savings on medical bills we just talked about. You can clearly see how these seemingly tiny, small monthly victories rapidly compound into massive yearly cash.
Which brings us to this mind-blowing minimum annual total, $780 or more. I really want to hammer this home for you. If you spend 30 minutes on the phone to save almost $800, you are generating an hourly return on your time that most people can literally only dream of. Negotiating your bills is, without a doubt, one of the highest return on investment activities you can do for your personal wealth.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative question. Which bill are you going to negotiate first? Remember, the absolute worst thing a customer service rep can say to you is no, which has literally zero consequences for you. Armed with everything we've covered in this explainer, you hold all the leverage. So who are you going to call this week